Let me know when you guys are all loaded in, I guess. I figured we'd start off, though. We kind of left off with a cliffhanger with three three people not being here, and it sounds like one person is trying to switch over to the other campaign, so that two people went off on their own, basically, to help the farmers get back to town, is how I explained a Memay and a Shea not being in the cave with everyone else. They went back to town to try and get some of the paperwork in order, to get the town's name, and, well, while you guys were doing that, you'd gone back to the town hall, obviously, to start talking with everybody there, and the acolytes that were on your ship as well, that everybody is for sure got forgotten about by this point, that you were transporting from the Crystal Tower, Zabib and the other ones that ran under and hid, but they'd wandered up into town finally and were coming in to say that they were, looking for the monolith that apparently the other, the goddess's disciple Heron hadn't reported back to the goddess, and she was asking for their help with that. So they found you guys, Memay and Shea, in the town hall discussing the final says about the renaming of Tiddlywinks. Oh god, that was loud.
Oh,
What the fuck?
sweeping.
Where's Craig, first off?
Yeah, I did get Craig back in here.
Yes.
Now recording.
Wait, now we
Fucking
have to
Craig.
Yeah.
But yeah, now we have three bots: Craig, Text, Voice, and Groovy.
If only we could make fucking Craig a voice command, like a text command.
Yeah.
Oh, can you guys hear a reverberation?
No?
No.
I think you're good.
Okay, good. Because last time you guys were having a lot of feedback when I had my sound on, but now we're good.
It looks like you and Thea, I'm just gonna stick with those names for now so I don't confuse myself, are in different locations, which is what the problem was before.
See, Shea and Thea.
Yeah, Shea and Thea.
Oh, do we want to do our intros at any time after or
So
before?
I just was doing that to get us into it, but to explain where we were at, if you guys want Shea and Thea, I believe you're the only two that are here today that did not get to partake. And the only other one that I would say, I don't know if anybody's actually listened to it, but
I did. I went back.
the only one that I would say that might need a re-recording is because I didn't get to turn off the intro music that we were listening to. Was Ike for Squall and Baharash. I think it's just Baharash's intro. There's some of the music playing, but if you don't mind, I'll keep it there too. I didn't know if you'd actually listen to it or not, but
I haven't gotten a chance yet. Was that the did you send that through Snapchat?
Most of the stuff I've been trying to keep it succinct into keeping
Facebook.
keeping to the Facebook one.
Okay.
But it
Yeah,
should just
it's,
be the episode 0. I think you were going to say there, Gab.
Yep. Yeah.
I feel like I know what you're talking about, and I did have a really hard time hearing him, but I wasn't 100% sure. Like, I'd have to listen again.
Yeah. That was the only one that I felt like just listening to it, but I listened to it over and over again too, so. And it's not for me, it's for you guys. So it's whatever you want.
It's part of it.
Yep.
I'm going to turn up the groovy music so you can't hear. The only reason why, if there's any drinking to be involved tonight, meaning I might already be a drink-in. So, if we want to do the recordings sooner rather than later, because they might not make sense by the end of it, or we might forget.
Yeah.
Might not be a bad idea.
Yeah, and you can start whenever. I've got Craig recording now, and I've got the other ones recording. So, if you want to do yours, and I think Thea, you have yourself and Zolas to introduce.
my computer is being, like, it's not even functioning. So, go ahead, Sarah, you can go first.
Yay! Okay. So, introduction. Are we saying our last names?
It's whatever you want. I was saying at least, though, just the only thing that I had said was, at least your first name and the names of your characters. Beyond that, whatever you say is up to you.
Okay, cool. So introduction. I'm Sarah. Really long Polish name, last name, and my two characters are Shea Gargant in the Owl campaign, and Shea is a blue dragonborn born into a noble family that runs Gargantuum, and she is kind of against the grain. She grew up with fighters and wizards because that's, the family noble training. She didn't fit in, found her way through music, and so she's a bard. So, then the second character I have is Meriel Battlehammer, and she is a mountain dwarf and is a monk, and I have not worked on her backstory. So, I think she has something with a god. Loki is her main man, and she's kind of innocently naive, and is following this, trickster god, but doesn't realize it. So, those are my two characters.
I dig it.
Claps.
Yeah.
Claps for you.
I wonder if that one works.
I don't know if I don't know if I should have gone to Mariel's voice. So this is Meriel. She speaks like this mountain dwarf. That. So if you hear this voice, this is Meriel. Okay. Bye-bye.
I can clip that. That's great. If you can keep that up, like we were talking at the end of that last time.
I can keep that up for the rest of my life. I haven't found Shea's. I mean, she can do the same thing. I've been listening to a little bit of Southern, people with Southern accents talking, and I kind of want to try it, but I just feel like I'm just going to botch it and then give up. So Shea's going to probably be a little bit. I always remember her being a little bit more of a kind of more of a proper voice.
Yeah.
But
well, that works. That works with a southern belle accent, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, which is true, and it's kind of goes with her character because she's trying not to be part of the fam,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time wants their attention and love. So it's one of those things where she'll hate on her fam all day, and then the moment that they give her attention, she's like, oh my gosh, I love my family.
Yeah.
That is moi.
Awesome. Thea?
Okay. My name's Cassidy, and in the first campaign, I play Thea Goldpetal, who is a high elf druid, who, before falling out of the table, was dedicated to finding out more about the nature of her druidic powers. She's the youngest in a big family of elves, and she can be pretty mischievous, and she spent most of her recent years just living in the woods searching for answers. So she's definitely more comfortable around animals or being an animal than she is around people. Thea's familiar is Gunther. I think we talked about introducing Gunther. He's a blink dog that the whole party encountered outside of Babylon before we went to the Crystal Tower. And he was just kind of following us around, and then I think some of the party started training him, and now Thea sometimes just transforms into a blink dog and hangs out with him. cool. Yeah, she didn't get it right completely. My other character is Zolas, and she's a tiefling warlock who got some cool powers by making a pact with the Prince of Deception. She was tricked into becoming a follower of him and kind of was physically transformed by their pact. And she initially fought against his influence, but now is kind of like into having the power and the strength. And she's always had an interest in like dark magic and learning things, which I think is kind of how she got in this place in the first place. So that's my two.
Yeah, sounds good. And I just, like, as you were talking, I realized A, our bad characters are very, very similar. B,
Yeah.
I gave my bad character a very heavy Russian accent and then made her ditzy. So I don't know how that's gonna work out.
That's the beauty of it.
I just described her as ditzy, but then gave her a really harsh Russian accent. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll
exactly.
see what I come out of that.
Well, yeah, that's the beauty of it all, as I was saying. And in tune with some of that, one of the things I would have said had asked for from the nobles at this point, in the confusion of everything, you're not quite sure where you landed, inside of Gargant. So you'd asked them for a map and just quickly labeling where you guys are and where Gargant is and how the hell to get there, So I just shared a handout just with those labeled of Gargant. But technically only Shea has this right now.
Okay.
But everybody can see it, so.
Nope.
Cool.
But you're currently in session, I would say, Shea and Memay, with a farmers and the consoling guard that's kind of standing off in the corner with the heads that he's still kind of clutching sullenly of his, that was Derek, clutching his lost companion's head that you found in the caves, and the farmers that are still very confused at what the hell happened. And you would explain to everybody, we found you in a cave, we healed you with some of the blue magic that we'd gotten from the Crystal Tower, and the acolytes had chimed in on your behalf, saying, that was truly from the goddess, and you should believe in her, and so on and so forth, trying to sell the goddess of knowledge, Zenith, to the populace here, and that's why they're sitting off to the side now, because the nobles are now in session again. So what is to be done with some of the things that are happening here in Tiddlywinks? Are we to like actually? I don't know. We've never had undead. What does that even mean?
So I am from Gargantuan, or is it Gargant or Gantuan?
I thought it was Gargant.
Gargant? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. So, I'm from Gargant, and this is obviously Shea talking, and I was one of the healers. I was working with the healer very closely, and we kind of came across the beginning of this sickness. I actually, me and a team of individuals, very strong individuals, went out to find the answer, and we did. And your water supply has been I can't say drugged.
New and improved.
Yeah. Your water supply should be the answer. We brought back liquid from a god that will
Fluoride.
help heal. The what?
Your teeth with fluoride. It's good for your teeth.
Yeah. They call it fluoride. They'll make your teeth very strong and healthy. Yeah, no. So if let's keep testing. Shit, Thea, Cassidy, what are you doing? Her thing
Winning.
is- Pause. Okay, wait. Sorry. Just to explain,
What?
Cassidy, your
What?
video paused on you doing, like, drinking the bottle of wine from the bottle. But it was paused there for a really long time, so I didn't know if you were just going ham or... I'm guessing it was just paused because she's re-paused again.
Yep.
That's hilarious.
It looked
Is
bad.
my internet really bad?
A little bit.
Yeah, you're definitely
Yeah.
popping in and out.
Okay. Well, I'm glad it stopped on that because it's accurate.
I have my fancy mug, but it's not filled of mug things.
What's mug things? Because I might have two fancy glasses here that aren't mug shaped, but
Right.
I put
I
many
would
things
say
in mugs.
Mug is like I would preserve for hot elements, and
Mm.
it's actually ice. If you can hear. All right. Sorry. I was distracted.
My bad.
Yeah. No, you're good. I was like, fucking boss. Like, just go to town on this wine. All right. So Shea faces the nobles and goes, I think more studies need to be made, but if you do splash water on an infected individual, it should heal that individual.
Oh.
And if there's a scratch, drink some water. If you're feeling down, drink some water. If you've had a bad day, drink some water. The water will heal y'all.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's wonderful for us. That's pretty simple. I mean, we fill all the troughs for the horses and ourselves and everything from that well. I think you were mentioning from down there. Even bathe in it. I believe someone has mentioned the bathhouse and that you guys have visited.
Get like a little big, like bathe, like she was like bathing it. Like, who am I talking to here?
Because
Bathe in your water supply. You savages.
Not in the well, good mistress. Okay. It's we resource it from the well to the bathhouse, of course. We are not mongrels.
Yeah, remember we took baths.
We bathed in yeah. No, I know, but she said we bathed in it. Like we drink from it, we bathe in it, like it was just.
It is a fair assessment, princess. I understand where you're coming from.
In, you should have said bathe with. And this is Shea bathing with, not in, but with.
I'll be sure to be more clear in the future. Now, that is amazing to hear. And where are the rest of your companions, might I ask? I mean, you seem to have saved some of the farmers that we are missing. And there were some accounts of many people missing. Just so you have some numbers, it was somewhere in the area of 10.
We're not perfect. That's, all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
And, some things had to have happened, and they are buried. Let's just say there are some lost souls that went to this cause. But we gave them a proper burial, if that puts your mind at ease at all.
It does wonderful in that. We'll make sure the families know of such, and we are glad at least to have received these 3 back to the families. They will be glad to hear and know that we are all trying our bests here. So, do you know, besides the infection, how one catches it, or perhaps how we can prevent it in any measure? Also, maybe even if this is the end of it for this town, do we need to, besides the water, is there any other preventative measures that we need to take in this town?
I would say, this just like hurts my soul a little bit, like with the pandemic going on. Like, everyone should wear a mask. Stay 6 feet apart. No. I would, any newcomers, I think, should get bathed with the water in town, and I think you should be all right.
Okay, Miss Gargant. That is wonderful to hear. That is a simple and easy solution for us. Now,
Feel free to write. Okay, this is just hats off, but like, how do people contact each other? If you just like write by pigeon, be like, here, give this pigeon my scent, and they will find me because I'm an adventurer and I travel everywhere.
that is one way. That is one way that could be asserted of it. But currently, as to what you know from the nobles and such, just from conversing with them, they generally only do courier, which is by horse or long mail as letter of such, or they take the horse and go to a city that has those amenities for a pigeon or crow or
She
bird.
stops and thinks about this issue because they should definitely create a mailing system based off of scent, because that'd be great. Like a wolf, like imagine like a dog. They're like, it's like running up. They're like, oh, and then, they're like, this was the 10th carrier they've killed today, Steve. This isn't working. They can't just run up to them. They're wolves. Okay, sorry.
What's in your mug, Sarah?
Definitely write that one down. I mean,
fermented liquid.
but
I've been listening to D&D podcast all day today, so sorry.
as the situation goes, the one that is talking to you is directly across from you, and he's introduced himself before, and when you were telling them to take stuff down, he looks over to the guy at his right, who's been scribbling furiously during the whole proceedings. So that was Gareth, and the one to his right, and he says, when you had mentioned to them to start taking it down, "Don't worry, Tobias won't be sure to do so."
Sounds good. Thank you all. Is there anything else?
Ah, yes, the other matter. We were also consoling here to figure out the new name of Tiddlywinks, as to what we know.
Can we give a town vote?
Mime's gonna raise their hand.
Yes. Yes, Mimi.
What are your candidates for names?
Oh, well, the only one that was supposed to have been taking place after some voting amongst ourselves, as well, was a Z name. It's eluding me at this moment. Was the original founder's name. He'd taken it upon himself to name the bar Tiddlywinks, and that's henceforth what the town has been known as. I think the mayor may have told you such stories as well. But
can I throw a suggestion in the ring?
There are any suggestions worthy to the matter, especially since the mayor has proposed your group as the claimants to the name, if you are able to succeed in your task, and it appears with 3 farmers you have.
So I would like to add to the ballot here Tiddysprinkles with 2 Ds.
Duly noted. Tobias?
Thank you for your time.
Certainly.
And Shea kind of like is like noted. She has a plan, and she's like kind of pats Mime on the shoulder, and it's just like, what a wonderful suggestion. And I think someone who is, and she's kind of like promoting herself because that's like she wants to be royal, but at the same time is like going against it, but it's like in her blood. Because I think we should have the town vote, and like he's kind of like side winking at like Mime.
Oh, of course.
Yes, yes. So I think we should have the town vote. And then what she's gonna do is she's gonna tell Mime, go spread the word that Tiddysprinkles needs to be the town name. We need to go persuade some people that Tiddysprinkles is the way to go.
And you're going to just roll a deception for me to see if the other nobles and such notice your incentives there. Just to see if they notice. They might not even comment, but they won't.
I was gonna say deception or because she's technically trying to persuade them to do a town vote, but I get your deception. Okay. 11 plus 15.
Okay. Only the one to your left kind of sees you jerkily, kind of doesn't see the wink because you'd turned your head enough and winked with the opposite eye, but noticed something was up, and you kind of, when you turn back to see him and you're kind of surveying the room, you know, making eye contact with everyone, he's like giving you one of these
Teeth, yeah, squid teeth, and she just kind of like does like a I don't know, just kind of a positive gesture back, just, you know, like, oh, how are you? Kind of a situation, kind of like just, you know, ignore that.
And Gareth across the room says, well, moving along, is there any other names that we need to add to the ballot from your guys' side, or shall we approach the townsfolk with names for their town, as it were?
Josh, do you remember the previous owner name at all?
It's somewhere in my notes, and it starts with a Z, and it's actually based off of the town that is in real life about where I am projecting this to be, in Greece somewhere.
Okay. Well, I won't make you look for it, because I wanted to do a history roll to put that in the ballot.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I'll get there.
She would remember that.
Yeah, absolutely. It wasn't that long ago, you guys. It was you currently too, for your perspective, Memay and Shea. It is at the latter half of the evening. The sunset is happening as you guys were debating all of this, and the nobles after taking that down as well onto the ballot. Gareth does another, Tobias, take that down, and they are like, okay, that is a reasonable time for this meeting today. We shall adjourn for the next one in a week or two for when we decide upon the name instead of Tiddlywinks. And adjourned.
Wonderful. And
They all
kind of walk out.
Yes, all the nobles kind of file out departedly, just as the farmers had rushed out before them. Derek is still kind of standing despondently at the corner, and the acolytes over here are standing, or rather sitting at a pew, and they'd stand up as everybody leaves, and mention to you and Memay, as you guys are kind of walking out towards the door as well. We just wanted to let you know we've been contacted by the goddess to search out these ruins. Can you direct us to where they are?
Moi?
So
Both of you.
maybe it's gonna gesture their hands and be like, can you be a little more specific?
Oh, the monolithic ruins that stand upon the goddess's once teleportation pad and prayer runes. They're the image that she sent us were of 4 stone archways and a single large stone in the middle.
Is that down that way?
Mm-hmm.
Is that where we found Derek originally?
Mm-hmm.
Crying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, so you're gonna want to go wolf. I almost went into a different accent. Yes, you're going to want to go down straight and then, let's see, to your right, 45-degree angle, and you'll find your way.
The two
Should
off the side of Zabib kind of look confused, but Zabib's like, I'm following you there, Shea. Come on, guys. And they just wander on out after everybody else.
should we go with them?
Derek, I mean, maybe. Do we have anything else to do?
I'm going to remind everyone at this time, too, especially, you have necklaces that can contact the rest of your party. And at this point, the sun has set, it is nightfall, and you guys are back into the same time frame.
Blue lightning to Airbender, over. Zeph, I'm talking to you.
Airbender here.
What's the plan? Over.
Well, you see, we've got a bit of a situation down here.
What's down here? Location needed. Over.
The zombie tunnels. Over.
Do I see Zeph talking to herself?
You guys can, if you're specifically asserting to Zeph, you could probably not hear what Shea is saying, I would say, but you can see her talking to herself, yeah. If you're standing next to her. Because I'm trying to go back to that map currently, too. I can't remember exactly where everybody was standing last I was looking.
And then she goes to everyone. Team Thunder, lightning is coming. Over.
I was gonna say, do I see Thea, like, giving me weird looks?
Yeah.
And
It's blue lightning on the other line.
Alright, copy, Airbender.
Shea wants to observe Derek. Does he need any? Derek, can I walk you to your house? Are you okay?
And he just kind of is, clutching the head of his lost compatriot, and with his head almost nuzzling the other head, and he looks up at you.
Let's bury that.
And he looks up at you, and he goes, "My home is gone." But I wanted to other sides of things while you're digesting that one. As the door had closed on everyone, and we'd left it as that cliffhanger, Zeph, you'd kind of reached up and like, "Fuck no, close the door!" and grabbed the key, as to what you can tell, and the door started closing itself, and as soon as it closed on top of the situation you heard, all of the lights and light sources that you had previously just shoof out, and including the glowing energy source that had opened the doors before, and you just hear of the presumable locks that had held it in place before.
Hey Thea, could you do like your magic fire hands?
I produce flame.
Right.
Did you mean that it sounded like the door was locking again?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just putting light, emanate light on this brazier here because I can't do it on a character for whatever reason. But that's what happened to you guys at that time, basically, as Shea and Memay were finishing up discussions in town, and were contacting you. Do you want to continue talking to Derek there, Shea?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to just do like a little summary and say, Shea would like to help Derek find a location to bury his loved one head, and then would like to give him a silver to go take a bath. Go relax. Just let all of the sorrow wash away and you step out a new man. How does that sound?
The burial sounds nice. I believe Jeremiah deserved it.
That sounds wonderful. Let's do that.
You mean Jamal?
Did I say Jamal before? I knew it was a J name.
Oh, he is a side piece. What? Yeah, don't be crying those crocodile tears there, Derek.
Multitasking and then remembering names is not easy. I'll just tell you that right there. But
No, I'm just giving you a hard time.
I hear you. Thank you. I appreciate the correction, honestly, because then I'm not later going, wait, was it Jeremiah or is it Jamal now? I don't know. I don't know anymore, guys.
I was just laughing because I was like, I feel like I would remember Jeremiah because Jeremiah is one of our close co-workers. If you're telling me that's Jeremiah's head, that would have stuck with me a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. If you want to play this out, we can. But I would like to.
I would say that basically on your way down to where you're heading, he would have asked for the burial to happen around the down tree where they spent many hours alone together.
Okay.
And which was not far from the entrance to the cave either, so you guys were able to pretty much timely make it down that direction, I would say. It's the entrance of the cave, that is, and the situation had progressed to what everybody's experienced now in the cave as well, so you guys can communicate freely. Whether or not you enter the cave, though, is something you'll have to tell me.
Okay. I'd like to perceive the surroundings before proceeding. Proceed these surroundings? Whatever.
The entrance of the cave, you mean?
Yeah, perceive
So
how close. Let me see. Mimi, are you coming?
I was just gonna ask you, where did you go?
I'm going down south.
Oh, down a bait.
no steed in a rainbow.
There you go.
Down.
So I have a question real quick. So we poured some blue liquid into the well. Does that mean the well water has turned into blue liquid, or it's just purified?
When it had happened, there was an effervescence almost, basically, and the water smelled vaguely cleaner, basically, and just almost floral.
That's fine. I just wanted to see if I could refill my thing, but that's not gonna help. Okay. Oh, high blood.
Oh, mama. Okay. So we gonna roll perception.
Also, presumably, I would say.
So passive perception being 15. What's around
Yeah,
us?
I was gonna describe that a little bit too before you actually did that. I was going to say also, on top of which, you had experienced with Derek, the removal of the blood to the entrance of the cave, which would have been Jamal's blood, as you ascertained from before, and had buried his remains after a cremation per the royal decree, and the bushes are still off the right side of the entrance of a sorts, but there's still a viney bushy off to the left. The vines and bushes that were on the right where the snake had appeared to you before are all shirked to the ground in a small little pile there. But otherwise, nothing else seems out of place. And
Mime, they said to meet down here. Do you see anything?
Negative.
Are the rest of the party having by this point, having spent the time in the cave to navigate out, or
I don't know. Kind of intrigued now.
Yeah, I kind of want to know, but at the same time, I don't. But what do you think we could take him?
Yes.
I
I
mean, the
forget
other-
how we opened this door, to be honest. I know we spent like an hour opening this door, and for some reason I can't remember how we did it.
Do I still have the little prong thing in my hand, Josh?
Yeah.
With this thing, and I'm gonna kind of hold it up, wave it about. It just goes in little holes.
I mean, what if we splash holy water
Oh
on it?
shit! No, we had to do the fucking stone thing, didn't we?
Idril ignited the sources,
Mm-hmm.
which were those stones, which I think
Mm-hmm.
might still work at this point.
While you guys are debating, you hear a coming from this direction, and
My favorite noise.
There can't possibly be more of those fucking things down here. We killed them all.
Let's stop killing everyone and help these people.
and you just hear a double kind of dum dum coming from the rest of the tunnels too
Son
again
of a bitch.
that you recognize distinctly.
I'm gonna have to get out this fucking dick again.
Okay, hear me out. Let's open the door, run in there, and close the door.
But then we're trapped in there with that thing.
Uh-huh.
Which is worse, the creepy thing we don't know what it is, or the things we know how to kill?
I think we're gonna have to deal with the creepy thing no matter what.
Oh yeah. I mean, the door's locked on it right now.
Roll
Unless it
initiative.
comes out. God damn it.
Squall, Adriel, any opinions on this? Oh, Squall is making a drink. Okay.
You say roll initiative, Josh?
I did.
I thought I heard
Aw, son of a bitch.
that. I know. I just feel like it's gonna come out of the door and then they're just all gonna be here.
When you get back to your computer, you gotta roll fucking initiative.
Shouldn't
Emphasis.
have left us with the decision.
What? Yeah, okay.
Bree, I haven't heard anything from you yet today.
Yeah, I'm here.
How's Idril weighing in on these conversations?
Idril's confused.
I was gonna say, I feel like Idril's probably just sitting back there shaking his head, like. Why
Yeah,
do I keep
Idril's
following
like-
these people.
Yeah, that's pretty much what Idril's doing. He's just like, why am I here again? He's like trying to remind himself why he's getting into these complicated situations.
Oh, that's interesting.
'Cause the zombies are the ones that you can heal and turn back, right?
I don't know how we can heal him, cause
Are we out of water?
Memay has the water.
Then we must kill them! We must protect the
Murder!
town. We must protect the town and kill them before they escape. Although, I don't know, would Idril know that Memay is like at the mouth of the tunnel?
You can ask, right?
Airbender to Blue Lightning, what's your ETA?
Blue Lightning's on mute.
Oh, sorry. Airbender with blue lightning. Oh, do I hear that, Josh?
Oh yeah.
Okay. We're outside the cave. There, Airbender. We're not seeing anything. Are you inside the cave?
Yep, at the back.
Or do we need to prepare for something, Airbender?
Yeah, I'm thinking there's some more zombies coming our way.
Okay.
Thea just yells over the intercom. Ah!
We're coming right there, 10 bucks. She turns to Mime and be like, we need something that, like, protrudes water.
Like a super soaker?
Yeah, like, okay, Josh, how could I make, and I'm not looking for a super soaker, but, like, I am thinking about, you get a bag of water, right? She's like, get a bag, and then you hold it, and then you kind of do the, like bagpipes, and then they put the air, and so it's like, if you put it with water, and then you went under, and then you just squeeze, and then like a little stream went out, and like, kind of.
Like billows, but fill it with water instead of air?
I like where your head's at, but I don't know if you recall how you solved this problem previously or not.
We solved it by someone doing some magic and making it rain. But I don't.
Yeah, I put it in the chat again.
Okay.
And we don't have to do this. We can find some sort of
Is that so? That's a
Pigskin.
level 1 spell. Does that cause like? I just don't want you to keep creating. Like, it'd be really nice if we all had like one of these. If this is going to be a continuous problem in Gargia, is there? Okay. Who's like a leather person? Could I go to a leather person and say, hey, we need a
I forgot to mention,
leather.
speaking of which, I do have it in my notes too, when you had gone back into town on your way to the town council, basically, the individual you'd been waiting for gave you the extra small purses you were looking for that you'd paid for and commissioned.
Yeah, that is correct. But that's for my gold, because I got a shit ton of gold. And they're not waterproof, it's water sealed, like watertight.
Mm-hmm.
Different stitching you got there.
Mm-hmm.
So it sounds like our friends need help ASAP. But in future, I'm gonna write down that Shea wants to go to this guy and see if he can commission us all individual like water bags.
Until then, Squall, it's your turn.
Josh, I
Alright.
don't know if you saw. Sorry, Gunther also got a 7.
I'd
rolled
made
for him.
sure to update it. I'd rolled for him originally, but when you sent that in chat, I was sending a whole bunch of other stuff and reading a whole bunch of other stuff. So I'm glad you guys were taking the initiative, because I was putting it all in the initiative tracker. I don't know if you guys can see that now too, because that's the newest update that Astral has done, has made a player initiative. So if you go to the left hand side of your screen, where I have it at least, that's where my initiative stuff is. I don't know where your bubbles are necessarily on your screen for Astral.
I see
Yeah,
it.
it's on the bottom left. It's the little sword.
Yep, the little sword.
That's exciting.
It is exciting.
Because now you know that it's Squall, Zeph, Idril, Gunther, Thea, and a zombie.
Nice. Fun stuff.
So, Squall.
I think I might have to relink something.
How so?
Because on my Beyond 20, I have a 17. On here, I've got a 14. I don't
Is
know
your-
what,
is- Is your...
I mean,
what was your role in Beyond 20?
14.
Oh. Yeah, on Astral, it's showing up as an 11. I see what you're saying.
That's odd.
Either way, you're first, so doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
no, I'm just trying to make
17.
sure, like, my stuff's linked correctly.
You'd like every time you roll it, there's like a -5 to it. You're like,
Right? Yeah.
rolling garbage today, guys.
Are you
Oh.
sure it wasn't just like something weird with like the way the dice rolled? Because if you go to the campaign chat, it shows 14. on D&D Beyond. I know sometimes that has happened to me. Like the dice will land funny.
Okay, well then that's an issue with Beyond 20 because we've got 2 instances of 14 here, and on your Beyond 20 it says I have a 14, so there's something wrong on my page.
That's got to be it.
Yeah,
That's
what I'm
fine.
saying. Like sometimes it registers that the dice is like cocked, but it's really not, and then it.
All right.
One
I'll
day
pose-
we'll actually roll real dice in front of each other,
Hey,
and
I'm
no
okay with that.
complaints will be had.
Is the ceiling high enough for me to like fly over Gunther?
You've got to fly over Zeph, Gunther, Thea, who looks like they're standing on a brazier, and there's probably about 3 feet above their heads. So if you were to do that, I would say that you would want to roll an acrobatics before you did that, unless you wanted to go all the way around them to completely circumvent them.
Let me see what my movement speed is here. 25. All right. Let's see. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. All right. What if I move down from Gunther over and hop up on this table? Do you want me to roll for like an acrobatics to jump up?
No, you can
All
step up.
Cool. Then I am gonna Eldritch Blast a zombie. Let's see here. 11 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
Sweet. All right, and I'm gonna roll for my second beam for see if it hits. That hits. So that's 21.
Oh, hell yeah, that hits.
So beam 1 damage is 13. Second beam is 11.
Are you just rolling like the plain dice?
I'm clicking on my hit DC +7. I click on that, it rolls it for me, and then for like my damage is 1d10
Yeah.
+4. I
There's
click on
something wrong
that.
with your thing because I don't know if my astral is just frozen, but it's not there. And then I was looking at D&D Beyond, and it just shows that you rolled a straight like D20, straight D10, straight D10.
That's weird. This is oh, hang on.
Might have to refresh is all. Yeah. I'm taking your word at it. You don't have to. I believe you. That was a death kill if you want to describe it too.
You can go ahead and do it.
We've established how the new and improved double beam works with you. And it's one through the head, one through the heart, and it just drops straight to the floor. Where its guts had been blown out before, you can tell it was a zombie that you had previously killed, is now laying on the floor. Everything is very tense at this moment, and it is still feeling like a moment-by-moment situation, and it is Zeph's turn.
Ooh, with that thing dying, I get 8 bonus, or I get 8 temporary hit points.
Very nice. I
So,
think we...
Yeah.
How do you want to? Can we add a bar for temporary hit points, or you just want me to add it to my 21?
I think it's in Astral we found the one time you can add like a temporary bar, which you'd said how many temporary?
I get 8.
8, okay. And save. There it goes.
Sweet.
So I don't hear. So I just hear the thudding. Can I tell where the thudding's coming from?
Both ends of the corridor, so as far as you can tell. So like
Yeah.
off in this direction, off to the left and off to the right.
So what do we want to do, guys?
Sounds like we're gonna fight something no matter what.
So do we want to move like back towards the front of the cave and meet Shea and Memay up there, or do we want to stay here and see if something comes and finds us, or do we want to try our luck with the thing behind this door?
I want to fight the thing behind the door, but I'll follow your lead.
Squall, Idril, any
I'll follow.
comments?
Yeah,
Idril?
I'll follow as
All
well.
right.
Alrighty, and I'm just gonna shrug and shove the forked thing back into the holes.
And you physically hear a but not the feeling before that you had where it had pressed in all the way. It was more of the feeling where you had before when it was perceivably understood as locked, where you couldn't press it in all the way, you know. And that was your
I need
action.
to run around and relight all the stone things.
I don't know if you have the movement to do that, because currently we're still in combat, if you will, and you have unloaded stones that you would did not charge before the the last session, if I remember correctly.
Well, guys, it seems to be locked again.
And it is Idril's turn. If you didn't have any bonus actions or anything like that you wanted to, or movement that you wanted to do, attempt, Zeph.
No movement. Yeah, no, nothing.
Okay. It would be...
I just yell into the necklace again.
I need an
Where the
example.
fuck are you?
Yeah, like that. What are you yelling into the necklace?
Oh, I'm not yelling words. I'm just going, ah!
That is appropriate. There we go. Idril,
Seems like a good general sign of distress.
it beeth thine turn,
Okay.
Sir Idril.
Let's see. So we're hearing noise from either side.
You had, yes.
I was just gonna start walking this way. Wait, so what was the stone situation again?
You had left it
This
as both.
this one takes away.
This is the rune that you had loaded before. I put air quotes around loading because you had set a stone on top of it to refresh your memory, and it
Yeah.
sucked the energy out of it dry. And you'd gone to another area to do the same thing and had not...
Yeah, but that one gave me.
You had looked at one that you had touched. I went back specifically into the recording for this. I'm not just bullshitting you here, because I wanted to be clear on what the situation was before I went back into it. That you went and touched one that felt like it had energy to give as opposed to take, which is what the other
Yeah.
ones were doing, and had not loaded the stones before going back to your party, who unlocked the door just as you were running up to it, basically. That's why you done that too, because you unloaded the first stone, unloaded the second stone, heard Zeph like saying she's going to start wiggling and opening the door, and you start running up the corridor past the dead corpses to get to help them, and that's when we left the cliffhanger.
So I don't have any stones.
You have the stones, but
They're on me.
they just don't have power.
Okay. Well, then I'm gonna try to fill them up at that one place.
Okay.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh shit, guys. I start yelling to the crew. I'm like, guys, there's a massive ogre over this way.
Don't worry, I still have the dick.
Oh god. The dick.
What did you say?
She doesn't know about the dick.
Okay.
dick.
Okay, that
I
was
would-
what you were saying. I was like,
I would say as well,
like,
Memay and Shea, I don't know if you wanted to enter the cave, but as you would enter the cave, you would definitely be rolling a initiative. I would say just to, so we're gauging the movement speed of everybody in here. But I'm assuming that's what you guys wanted to do, considering you hear the yelling of your compatriots through.
I was just about to say, would they hear, like, echoing through the cave, just, oh shit, there's a giant ogre, and then just, don't worry, I still have the dick.
I just hadn't heard one confirmation one way or the other, and I wanted to make sure before I threw you guys in the cave.
no, yeah, we're going in the cave.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, by the first scream of Thea would have picked up her pace.
Yeah, so you guys would probably have run past the corpses that you would about be done before, I would say, about here, and then roll just initiative for me. So I got a 12 and a 6.
Let's see.
Oh, that's right, they weren't here for, like, the massive carnage of just ripped off body parts they're about to come across.
No. That was the whole issue, is that Memay wasn't there with the water, so we just decided to kill everyone instead.
That's right.
Which is kind of what's happening right now.
Yep.
Oh boy. But we're
So Idril is going to use his bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark on the ogre. And then he's going to take a shot at him.
That hits.
25 to hit.
So yeah, I'm confused.
So
Just a sec.
11 plus a d6. 15 damage. Hey! And then he's gonna shoot his bow and arrow again.
Oh, you get 2 bow shots now? Or
Yeah, I get another action since I leveled up.
oh right, you were mentioning that to me, I think.
Come on. There it goes. 20 to hit.
Definitely hits.
Wait, that's not right. Hold up a second. I think something's off.
Oh, the first one is
The
your
first
advantage.
one's wrong too. Hold on. Let me see what it should be.
Okay.
like,
Okay.
he's not alone.
Okay, so I'll re-roll the damage for both of them.
Okay.
So the first one is a 3 plus the 4, and then the second one is a 7, so 14 total.
That puts it about where it was, so we're looking at a 69. And that's what that visibly does, just so you can see, if you want to describe it. Otherwise, I can.
Yeah, so Idril, like, runs down the...
Memay, what the hell? Go back down here.
Is it,
Just a minute. Just a minute, I promise. It'll be okay.
Easy there, Memay. Easy.
Remember, I'm quick and sneaky. It's dark in here.
I can take away free movement. That is a thing I can do.
Don't tempt me with a good time.
He just threatened you.
Yeah, so Idril like runs.
Oh no. Oh no.
I
Anyways.
thought that was like groovy music. I was like, what happened?
No. Yeah, so that's something you've completely missed out on every time there, Shea. You can type into chat these commands. If you scroll up, you can scroll through all of them. We figured out how to see all of them, but if you just like type run was the last one there, it'll play that. If you type ha, it'll play the one that you'd heard previously.
That's
yeet,
my favorite one.
and many other fun things. But you were
Ha is
describing
my favorite.
describing before we were interrupted there, Idril.
Yeah, so Idril like turns to run through the cave to like recharge the stones, but comes to like an abrupt halt when he sees the ogre. And he quickly casts Hunter's Mark and then pulls a bow and just shoots for his head.
I would fill in some of the blanks then a little bit, is that you
Yeah.
immediately grab straight two arrows from your quiver and just let them fly, just and each of them hit center mass as you're running around the corner, just or rather what would have been center mass if he had any center mass left. So they were just grazing the sides and scruples that are left of a burned center that you remember Squall burning out from before. And
So, I have a question. So, Hunter's Mark, I choose a creature within range and mystically mark it, and then until the spell ends, I deal an extra d6 damage to the target whenever you hit it with a weapon attack.
so you
So
would
since I
roll
am
two
doing
d6s.
2 arrows,
Yep.
would I roll 2 d6s? Okay.
Yes.
So then I'll add 1 more d6 to the damage done, so another 4.
No,
So it's 18 total.
one more d6.
Yeah, I did. That's
No.
4.
As an addition to that one. 'Cause
Yeah,
you
so
said-
the 3 and the 7 are the damage from my arrows, and then the 2 4s are my extra d6 damage.
Oh, so you
I
were
just
saying...
happened to roll 4 twice.
Oh, okay. Because it only says 1d6. If you hover over it, it says 1d6. And it was 4. You're just multiplying that by 2.
Yeah,
That's fair.
no, there's another one above it.
It's like sandwiched in between the two
The 2
longbow
longbows.
attacks.
Oh, missed that. Yep, gotcha. So, okay. I'm following you now.
Because I was using the quick buttons, but then realized that my... Oh, I know what it was. I was rolling... Okay. I was rolling advantage, disadvantage, not damage. Whoops.
Which is what happened at the beginning there.
Oh, it's a D8 plus 4? So I guess you had another 8, so 18, so 24 total.
That sounds more right.
It's a lot of math.
Yeah.
It's great that Astral does it
Neither.
for you.
I need to
If we
remember
click
how
right.
to do my weapons. Yeah, so it's actually 26 damage, or 24 damage to the ogre as I run around the corner and fling a bunch of arrows at him.
Okay. And then it is Aguntha's turn, as to what you guys know.
Yep. Gunther has keen hearing and smell, so I'm guessing he's going to have heard that altercation. Or I can have him roll perception if you want me to.
Are you talking about the altercation between Idril then?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he definitely had heard, and Idril yelled, as what I remember from the beginning of that.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like running to do the stones, and then he like sees the ogre, and he's like, "Oh shit!"
Gunther does not like that, so he's gonna move. Oh, well. The ogre's all the way over there. Well, he's not gonna do much. He's gonna move in front of you, and that's it.
Stand menacingly.
He's gonna growl.
There you go.
Yep. The end.
Then it's your turn, Thea. Just so happens.
Okay. Me, on the other hand, I'm going to say bye, Airbender, and then I'm gonna wild shape into a giant badger again. And then as a giant badger, you can tell me if this works or not. I have a burrow speed of 10 feet. I'm gonna try and burrow under this door, leaving as much of a path as possible. I don't know if the door is like flush with the ground or if it goes into the ground, so maybe that won't work, but that's what I'm gonna attempt to do.
Roll the strength check for me just to see what happens. 'Cause there's something that I'm thinking of. I know what would happen, but I want to make sure that you're just not.
Bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad.
Wow. What noise do badgers make? I don't even know.
They hiss.
They hiss.
Mm-hmm. And growl a little bit. But
I got an 11, which isn't great.
so you're able to dig down below the door, and where you hit had seen kind of where the door met at the threshold. As you're digging down, you realize it's connecting to just more stone. You were able to dig down a pit of about 10 feet right where you're at in that amount of time, but the stone continues to extend beyond that point, it seems, even.
Wow. My badger noise. I'm just gonna turn around with the saddest badger face, just look at that.
You're 10 feet below her currently.
But I'm a giant badger, so maybe she just sees like my head.
Yeah, you could stick your head up maybe if you stood up on your like 4 haunches and you're like,
Hmm? I think that's like all I can do, because that wild shape was my action and the burrowing was my movement. So
Oh, yeah.
I'm stuck in a hole now.
No.
I wasted 2 turns simultaneously.
Guys, I dug my own grave. What do I do?
Literally. Maybe that thing will fall in the pit now. No?
Possible.
Yeah, if we just open it and just step back.
I'm trying to draw a pit currently on the map, so maybe somebody can tell me whose turn is next, but
I think it's
Shea,
ogre
it
zombie.
looks like.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Sorry, yes.
Oh dear.
Striking out here.
alright. Oh, this one here. Yeah. So as it kind of, you kind of heard the thundering off to the right side. At that point, it steps just into the light that you had produced. With its missing left leg and left arm, kind of hobbling into the light. And then it is... Oh wait, no. That was the wrong one. I went back up because I was going to say Mimay's turn is to, after re-rolling some of those initiatives for some such there. Because Mimay had gotten a 12 in the initiative. So you can move some up towards your compatriots, Mimay. For your full movement. Or you could, you negate your action, obviously, I'm assuming, so you can run. Which is twice.
Thank you.
Which is
Kind
twice
DM.
your movement speed.
$25.
Is it only 25?
I can't see these like squares to save my life either, because it's so dark. So
I
I
got you.
have no idea
5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
how far that is.
5.
What is this blue thing over here? Important.
You notice a small glowing glyph engraved into the stone and dirt.
Oh, so it's not something I can pick up.
35, 40, 45.
I'm trying to
50.
figure if it's worthwhile to walk over and like touch it or lick it, or okay, you moved me, so it's not. Okay, cool.
I just moved you there
Definitely lick it.
because that's
When in doubt, lick it.
Right? That's what I'm thinking. We'll have to go back, guys. Don't let me forget. There's a blue thing down there. I gotta go lick it.
All I heard was
I
when in doubt,
communicate to
guys.
everybody.
I'm obviously extrapolating, but all I heard was when in doubt, guys, lick it. So, is
That's exactly what I said, though.
that's what I thought. If you weren't going to go down there though, Mimay, this is about where you would land one of these squares in this vicinity. To your choice depended, obviously, at 50, which is twice your movement speed. Or you can go towards that glyph. But I'm not trying to take your decisions away from you. You can go lick the glyph.
That's cool. I mean, the glyph, I think people screaming are more important than the glyph right now, but I am gonna use my collar to tell everybody, hey guys, there's a blue glyph down here. Like, let's not forget about it. Let's go explore it later.
Alrighty.
Do I have the necklace, like, on me when I'm a badger?
Yeah, because of the ring of resizing. Reasonable.
Badger noises. That's all you hear.
Yeah. I don't know. I need to look those up. I really do. Especially now.
Sarah sent some YouTube video of badger sounds.
Well, I was going to say if you type \play and then enter in any YouTube link, it will just automatically play. That's how Groovy works. You might have to unpause Groovy and or skip to the next because it actually cues music up and shit too, which is kind of cool. But just for a reference sake, while we're doing stuff, if you want to hear some badger noises. As it were, though, it is the Ogre 2's turn. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And he's going to take a swing at Gunther, who's standing out in front. With his giant club and his mangled body.
Ooh.
9 to hit.
Nope, doesn't hit.
And a dexterity saving throw for me, Idril.
Just Idril, not Gunther.
No, yeah, Gunther's already been saved by that.
Dex save.
But his club has far-reaching. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you and Gunther both kind of just skirt back from the club as he's lumbering up, just and able to see automatically what he's doing and just, okay, what? Is that all you got?
Did Shea go?
And then it's Shia's turn.
Oh.
I was working them all in there attemptually, because some of them came in at different times. Is all. The roles for them.
I don't think she's in the Discord anymore.
Oh, she's not. What the hell?
Uh-oh.
On that note, I guess.
Is she still outside the cave? Or
No,
towards
she's
the entrance?
inside. I'm presuming she'd be running up to you guys too, but
That's what I was gonna say, is I feel like after the screaming,
15,
That would be the
20, 25, 30.
Sarah? Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your movement speed?
30.
Okay. We were assuming that it's your turn, but that we were assuming that you were just kind of running up the tunnel as Memay was to get closer. And at that point too, I guess this is 55, so you can choose to go left or right by that point, and you've heard screams from both sides basically at that point too.
She is gonna go left.
Okay. And you do evidently see a zombie kind of standing lumberingly in your path on the left. As well as, I think Memay does too, just vaguely, hazily, at the edge of their vision.
Okay. I'm at my full movement speed, right?
Yep, that is as far as you can go, without any actions added on top of that, so. Then it is...
Actually, yeesh. Yeah, that's if I do any spells, I need to, so that's fine. We're good.
Then it's Squall's turn
Yeah.
again.
Well, I'm sorry. She readies her crystal sword.
Okay. That's good. Otherwise, it is Squall's turn.
Alrighty. I'm gonna do. Alright, and then I am going to Eldritch Blast the zombie who are in front of me. Let me see what came up on here. Alright, cool. 22 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
Alright, that's the first beam. DOS, second beam. 8.
Just misses. Like,
Cool.
just.
Alright, I'm just gonna roll for the one beam. 9 damage.
Okay.
And then that'll end my turn.
So you walk up to this individual who's been hobbling along without an arm and a leg by this point, and are a little off kiltered by the decrepit state of the being, and miscalculate and shoot to his shoulder for the first blast, taking off a chunk of flesh over there and an apparent piece of small armor, but then kind of shoot just between his arms and land towards the... and it lands back towards the wall of the cave in that direction. So just if you want to enact your Squall moment there, but...
Oh, you can go for it.
just the Squall and off of his shoulder, and then into the wall. And if you didn't have anything else to do, then it's be a Memay.
Right. Well, I still can't really see very well. I'm gonna use my necklace to ask everybody, do we want to see better? Should I make some sort of light?
I'm always down for better visibility.
I just want to make sure there's
fine.
not some reason that I don't want to create some sort of light. Okay, so I have this cantrip. Or I have to touch an object. I kind of really just want to make Shea glow, but I feel like that's not nice. So so it says that I need to touch an object that's no larger than 10 feet in any dimension. It'll shed bright light, so it's going to be something that I can hold.
Okay, continue.
Yeah. I also have a torch and a tinderbox. We're gonna ignore that for a hot second. Hold on one second. Sorry guys, I know I'm holding a bunch of stuff. I just have to look at my notes. Oh, I have this non-flame lantern as well. Are there any stats for how much light that gives off?
Is it something in D&D Beyond, or is it...
No, this is something we got a couple sessions ago. There were a bunch of lanterns.
Might have to remind me.
All I have written down is Memay gets a non-flame lantern. I don't know if anybody else remembers.
Oh. I'm remembering that happened. I'm just trying to remember the context of where that happened.
I feel like he took something off a wall.
Man.
Is that from the ship?
No.
It's in Gargant. Something happened to Gargant. There were lanterns. It wasn't that many sessions ago, but no, they're spaced out. It's in real time. It's been a long time ago.
It was in Gargant? Really?
Yeah.
Let me see here. Something.
Anyway, I mean, I can just use the cantrip, and because I have I have a crystal. I have a cold purple crystal. I can just make that shine light. I can act like Frodo with the thing that Gladriel gave him.
Yes.
Yeah, in my entire Google document, there is nothing about a lantern. But, I'm sure it happened, because I remember something of that nature happening. I may have just not written it down that way.
That's cool. I'm just gonna go ahead and make my cold blue crystal shine.
Okay.
20 feet.
And as you're doing that too, the cold is getting... Presumably you're holding the crystal in your hand, unwrapped or anything like that, but it is sapping heat from your hand as to what you can tell.
Oh, that's okay.
And the crystal itself...
We might hot potato it.
Yeah. And... Were you done then? Or...
Well, that was a cantrip, and I can do that at will. Does that count as my action?
I think
Yes.
casting cantrips are actions.
Correct.
It just doesn't count against your spell slots.
Or your movement.
Okay. Or
Yeah,
am I gonna
some-
be able to see the light?
I'm attempting to do something of a nature, yes.
Okay. I mean, I can vaguely see there's a zombie over to the left. Oh wait, how far away is he? 30, 35, it's like 50? Sorry, I cut somebody off. I didn't mean to do that.
I was just gonna say, some cantrips are full actions, but some are bonus actions.
And that one specifically says 1 action.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I see. Cast attack. Gotcha. Okay, so since the range on this bad boy is 120 feet, I'm gonna go ahead and cast Guiding Bolt on the zombie dude over here.
Okay. Oh. 11 to hit. That hits. Radiant damage of 9. Do you want to describe it any? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we've done a little bit of it before.
Yeah, I mean, Memay just, puts their hands out in front of them and does an up motion and a down motion, and then from above comes down a very lightning bolt looking thing, and it hits the zombie.
And from what you can see, the zombie itself is got a hole through its entire center as well. Not that you know that any other ones would, but that one has a hole through the center of it, and your bolt comes down and kind of hits its the top of its head, but glances almost off oddly, and hits its right side and just incinerates that entire side of it basically, and it's just an ashen mess. Charred, crunchy bits of arms and foot are left, but nothing recognizable. And
I'm done.
Then I believe it is Zeph's turn. There we go.
Okay. I'm gonna run up to this ogre that Squall was fighting. And I am going to use the quarterstaff in one hand and the dickstaff in the other.
I can just hear your smile saying it.
So the first one was a 22 to hit with 7 damage. It's 22 hits, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're dual wielding, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause I have 2 weapon fighting.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, and then I also have 2 attacks per action.
Mm-hmm.
So a natural 20 and then 5 damage on that one. And then I'm also going to spend a key point to do a flurry of blows, and I'm just gonna kind of like Chun-Li kick it a bunch of times. So my first kick is a 23. And that's 7 damage. And 21. And 8 damage. And then get 1 more kick. Which is another dirty 20. And 5.
Okay.
Sorry, I know I just threw a lot at you.
I think it was 37, if I did my math correct. We've got... go down to 4, 3, 3, 2. No. There we go.
And that was what, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to get over there. So I'm
Mhm.
gonna jump back 1 square
Okay.
as well.
And you're going to roll a dex for me as you step back. Saving throw.
Okay. Oh, thank God. The dice, like, it rolled and it was like teetering between 13 and 1 and like started
God.
to roll towards the 1 and then rolled over onto the 13.
That would have been interesting, because what happened is you can see that you basically lowered it down to more than a little under than half health. So you went up and this monstrous hulking flesh mass that is barely held together, you beat to heck and back. If it were alive, it would be unconscious, but unfortunately is not. And you just... and it's now just like... looking like a glob of flesh on the floor almost. And as you'd step back, though, the dick in your hand tries to, like, flail almost, and you're able to hold it just enough as you're stepping back away from yourself, as it seems to try to flail towards you, but you're still holding it.
Beautiful.
And if that was all you were going to do, then it's Idril's turn.
Yeah, that ends my turn.
All right.
Okay, Idril is going to bound into this corner, and then he's going to shoot his longbow twice. It works. Alright, 1, 2, so those are 2 attacks. Damage. And then he still has the hunter's mark. And then also has the Colossal Slayer. So 5, 10, 11, 23, 32 damage. That all makes sense? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Is anyone talking?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
I mean, no one really fully. There was no talking afterward. It was as quiet as you.
Okay, I was like, am I just talking to the abyss?
My bad. I had actually started an entire conversation, but I forgot that I was coughing offside, so I'd muted myself. But you readied your 2 arrows like you'd done before, I'm assuming, and
Yes.
went to go shoot them. And I was just going to describe how they flew true, almost, or both of them striking in the head region where you've been aiming, one at the forehead, but not quite sinking all the way through, and just piercing almost the scalp and kind of sliding down his face down to the ground. And the second one took him in the jaw and up into the side of the meat of his cheek, and then back into his sticking out of his ear almost. And black ichor, as before, still is running from all of the wounds that you see. That is just this sticky, sappy substance. Did you have any more actions before?
Nope, that was all of them.
Alright. Then it is this guy's turn down here. And having been struck and mostly ashen, he gets to about here and towards Shea and Memay down here. And then up here we've got this ogre that you were attacking, Zeph. He lumbers forward, more of a rolling just of flesh substance that sort of is holding onto a club, and swings for the region in front of him, which is Squall and Zeph, as to what I can tell.
Okay.
10 to hit.
Does not hit me.
I'm assuming that's a no to Zeph, too. I think
I saw her go try and grab a drink.
Oh, you're alright. Yeah, she's got a 13. At least on Astral. So, you guys both easily avoid the lumbering flesh pile that moves up forward and tries to swing at you. And then it's Gunther's turn.
Okay. Gunther is gonna do his best here. He's in melee range with this ogre, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's gonna make a bite attack. I'm rolling really bad. It's an 8 to hit.
That just misses.
Okay. So Gunther's gonna try and grab another arm bone as a reward, because he grabbed a couple last time we played.
Yeah.
But I guess the ogre moves quickly out of the way, and then Gunther's gonna also blink. He's gonna teleport over here.
Okay.
Yeah, Gunther probably won't make it if he gets hit once, so he's gonna move.
I was wondering about that. Do you know of any? I haven't looked into it. Leveling or such that Gunther would be doing with you in this manner?
I don't know. I mean, I guess you and I can talk about that, because right now he's still at his, like, armor class 13, hit points 22.
Yeah.
Which, like, I guess now is fine, but once we're a higher level, I don't know how that's gonna work.
Yeah. I would say my guess, at least, is that how I would play it, it is your turn next again, but as Thea, but you would probably, any bonuses that you get as you level, you know, like a intelligence or anything like that, as you're leveling up, would just carry over to Gunther, because you guys are linked now, like, not just emotionally, but mentally and magically, you are a pair.
Yeah, maybe when I level up, I can roll a hit point dice for him too. Maybe a smaller one, but
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it would be similar, at least, in regard to it, too. I mean, to the level that you're doing. I was just looking at him, and I was thinking, Jesus Christ, it's going to take a while to get to 6. But, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so giant badger me.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have to do anything to crawl out of this hole? Is that movement?
That would be equivalent because we had said 10 feet, right? So that would be 2 squares.
Okay.
If you're thinking about it in those regards.
All right, let's see.
But you were our giant
Okay.
badger, so I mean, you could potentially gain a 0.5 to your movement in that regard, at least.
Well, I can make it to right here just with that. That puts me in range with him, right? If it's 5 feet.
I'm just looking something else up here off to the side, because I was wondering if the giant badger had a different movement speed. You are just in range, yeah, by like, yeah, just barely. Yep.
Okay. Giant badger makes 2 attacks, 1 bite and 1 claw.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna bite. Gonna make my clicking badger noise. And 17 to hit for the bite attack.
That hits.
So 4 points of piercing damage for the first one. And then gonna claw also. And I rolled a natural 1. Just swipe in the air like.
How does badger form work?
I only did this one time, help. Like, I'm used to being a smushed version of an animal, so being a regular sized animal, I'm just like clumsy and awkward and confused. Swiping at it.
Yeah.
Yep.
That works.
So just the bite, and I used all my movement.
That's what it had done visibly, so I would assume that you you bite this fleshy mass of stuff that you're not really sure what you're biting anymore at this point. And because of that too, you're disgusted with yourself, and you're like you're attempting to claw, but you're also like trying to brush this taste out of your mouth, like so you're not only able to not comprehend your new size and shape, but are disgusted with the taste that's in your mouth. Besides that,
There's a lot going on.
yeah, Shea, it is your turn.
Okay. Righty. So she is going to walk up to the zombie. Does that look like a individual? Like,
Not
one
as
of these-
not as far as you can tell. It just looks like a corpse, decayed, barely recognizable to be even human. But you do at least, see 2 arms, 2 legs. Sort of, kind of. There's an arm missing, actually, I think, off of this zombie. I'm trying to remember all of those specifics, but
I mean, so, excuse me, I mean, Shea did say that she would do some tests. So, she already readied her sword. Okay, so let's just say she doesn't remember this now. So she is going to attempt to hit this with her sword.
okay.
In like just she's shocked to see a zombie kind of a situation. Not really fully thinking.
As well as you're trying to get to your friends that said that they're in trouble.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah. So she's gonna swing that pistol sword. And that is a mama 24 to hit.
Goddamn you.
Before it's falling.
Is that a nat 20 too? Isn't that a...
No, it's a nat 19.
Oh.
No, wait. I have a +7.
Holy
I did. I'm
balls.
sorry. That's like a 26 to hit. What a great roll. 6 to hit. I mean, obvious hit. And let's see. With the sword, crystal sword, it's the first hit. So it is a crystallized bludgeoning weapon.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 1d8 plus a 1d10 of piercing.
Mm-hmm.
So roll this again. What do we have here? That is, okay, so that's 8, so that's 5 plus strength modifier. Jesus, I'm so shocked. Okay, so that's a 9 bludgeoning.
That's just from the bludgeoning, right?
Yeah.
Not from the shattering or anything like that. Okay.
Bludgeon, and then 8. Seven, 8. Yeah, there's 2d10, right? There's a percentage in. Okay, so then that's. And then 11 piercing.
Oh, that's a death kill, if you want to describe it.
Alright, yeah, so she is like running and caught up in the action to save her friend. She kind of runs and she's readying her sword and she does one of those swipes and the thing like hits the zombie, crashes and like explodes and just rips through this zombie. And now Shea is now holding the crystal sword with ready to save her friends, and continues running down the hallway like it was nothing.
The lightning sword, might I interject now, because it is currently no longer crystalline.
Yeah, correct. So now it's no longer crystalline and it has like a lightning. It has an electric charge to it, and so all my other future rolls will be a 1d6 plus 1d8 lightning damage, or nope, lightning damage. So it'll be pierce or slashing. 1d8. Whoops, I flipped that. 1d8 of slash 1d6.
No worries. I made it a little confusing if I do say so, but I feel like it makes it more effective that way because a lot of the time they try to lump all the damage together and then you end up getting a lower roll because of it. But that's just me.
Yeah. No, I get it. And plus, there's all these different types of damages, which makes it really, really cool because all in one we have slash, lightning, bludgeoning, and depending on what it's your. So you could know that like, oh, something's not going to take a slash, but it could take a bludgeoning.
Yeah.
Lightning damage. So it's still worth the hit.
And the piercing on top of it all too, because of the explosion.
Floating, yeah, crystal pieces.
Yep. And it's you were cutting in and out a little bit, but I caught most of what you're saying. More than most, actually. I think it was just because you were getting a little far from your mic at times. I couldn't tell entirely because I can't see it, but if you want, I can describe how that zombie was ripped apart too. In that regards, you slammed into the side of it with the crystal, and it just shot off, just shattered, piercing straight through it, and the lightning blade emerged after the shattering and just almost cauterized the zombie in half as you had struck in the center of it, and the two halves laid to the side, as you just ran straight through it up the corridor.
Nice. Very nice. Alrighty, and Shea yells, "I'm coming!" Does anyone respond? Can anyone hear me?
Well, we should all be able to hear you with the necklaces, right?
Badger noises through the intercom. Well, so, John,
Yeah.
this is interesting. As a bard, a lot of my stoof is by hearing. So I give inspiration dice, and I can also give different things. Could I have been doing this the whole time through my... You son of a nutcracker.
I mean...
Oh man, I could have given you guys stuff. I'm so sorry. Okay. Let me see. I would like to, now knowing this, the world is her oyster. I'm still trying to figure out D&D Beyond. Yeah, I mean, so I already did my as a bonus action, I can give someone an inspiration, and who needs help? Over. Blue lightning coming in.
Talking is a free action, guys.
Badger noises.
Currently fighting with the zombie ogre.
Me, Squall, and Badger Thea are fighting an ogre, and not sure what Idril or Gunther are doing. Last I saw, they were fighting an ogre as well.
Idril, is she? Okay, so we lost an individual. I knew it looked light. I was like, there's less people on that.
Yeah.
She's not on Discord?
Yeah, Idril isn't on currently. She said BRB AFK, so.
Okay. Okay. Alrighty, so I'm going to give... 1, 2... I can't see anything completely blind. Okay, so... blind in the manner of I don't know who is where, and I can only give inspiration die to one individual.
Now recording.
What?
Perfect timing.
That was. I don't think that could have been done any better. Craig,
No,
dis-
really not.
Craig disconnected, and then Squall was interjecting with some nice text.
Okay, so I feel like Squall can do something crazy. You said Squall's by the ogre.
Oh yeah.
Alright, Bird, coming in over. You're gonna have a boost of inspiration. Come to the window, to the squall. I don't know what other type of inspiration I can give you via walkie stone, but you now have a 1d8 of inspiration for 10 minutes. It's a die that you can use for an ability check, to attack roll, or save.
Ooh. Yes, thank you. I feel like I can take this thing on by myself now.
Yeah, get it, bitch.
Yeah.
Okay, have fun.
Badger Thea's just nodding up and down to your song. Yeah, to the window. I feel like we all have she's like, cause she has bongos. Like I'm just like getting into the groove, like running to you guys, and you know, we're all jamming via our little walkies, or like while we're beating the shit to people, like.
if you can visualize all of that.
It's like a montage. I can
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah.
I just picture you, Thea, as a badger just bobbing your head, and then just one like paw in the air, like bobbing in sync with your head.
Yay.
Yes. I'm doing the claw attack that I missed.
Yeah.
Just like in the air.
I see you get low, you scared, you scared. Take your attacks to the floor, you scared, you scared. Yeah, and kill them all, yeah, now stop. Oh, and kill them all, yeah. Okay. I'll keep singing if you guys let me, so stop, please.
I believe after you've annihilated one zombie, inspired a Arakokwa named Squall, it is Ogre number 0, this guy's turn here. And having been also mutilated previously, you can see, Idril, this is the one that Zeph had removed its cock from, and he lumbers up to you.
Oh wait, he's back?
I was gonna say I had a feeling these were the same guys.
Uh,
I knew we should have burned these bitches.
fuck.
Didn't we?
Dex.
24 to hit?
Is
We
it a Dex saving throw?
did.
No, it's
This was
it's an AC.
after. This was after that.
Damn it, that hits. Ow!
I give you guys one session and you don't burn by me.
11 bludgeoning.
Owie.
Certain members of the party just pulled off their dick and walked away.
I was gonna say, I think we had talked about it, but then we were like, they're dead. They should be dead, and then got distracted by ripping
Solving.
off ogre dicks and trying to figure out how to open this door.
So you've been slapping around people with an actual dick.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's impressive.
It's been a thing for a while now, and I
I
don't.
mean, there has to be some type of like additional repulsiveness, like as the dick slaps across the individual's face, like
Psychic damage.
psychic damage.
Well, that would be the case if they weren't zombies, as you were maybe missing earlier a little bit, where Zeph was having to fight off the zombie cock that was trying to basically fuck her over, literally, I guess. I don't know what
There's
cocks
a
do.
lot of curves
on their
in
own
there.
time.
Wait, was that actually a zombie cock? Like,
Yeah.
it was just,
An ogre
was it
zombie
like
cock.
a inchworm type? Was it like
It was fighting back.
It was fighting back, yep.
the dick of a zombie was fighting back?
Yes.
Yep, because we didn't burn it.
Yep.
Wow. And I missed some things. I thought I listened to them, but maybe I didn't.
How did you miss? How did you miss that? There was like an hour of discussing that.
Yeah. Wait, so the ring's of reasonable size, right? Like, can I fit that in my bag? Like, does that,
so
like,
then
what's a
it was-
reasonable size for the ogre zombie cock to be?
It would depend
Oh, yeah,
on the woman.
You also missed that we determined that, like, since it's the ring of reasonable sizing and, like, we wear it, we can, like a reasonable size for what I needed it to be a reasonable size for. So, like, I needed it to be a reasonable size to fit into my, bag, so it's shrunk down, but then I needed it to be a reasonable size to be used as a weapon, so then it gets a little bit larger.
A little bit larger. It's like 5 times as large.
Or yeah. It's like quarterstaff size right now, just in my hand.
Now, are you holding it by the shaft or the balls? Or is there like a bone?
Oh no, shaft, because I'm using it as a quarterstaff.
Okay. And I'm guessing it's like, it has rigor
Rigor mortis.
mortis.
Oh, yeah.
$19 Fortnite card.
Yep. And to describe what had happened to Idril here, going back to that a little bit, the cockless org approached you, and you were still stunned to realize that these are the zombies from before. You're distracted and just.
I'm like, Zaf, your dude's over here.
Slow swing of its club takes you upside the shoulder and slams you up against the wall a little bit. Just. But otherwise, nothing else.
So you said my dude, but you're who killed it by shooting it through the empty space where its dick used to be.
Well, you're the one that ripped the dick off. For keepsakes.
And this zombie comes up stumbling over the mass and in front of Thea, Squall, and Zeph, and just kind of lashes out towards the badger as it's laying almost prone after tripping over the ogre pile. 4 to hit.
4 to hit? No.
I didn't think so.
No.
And it just trips and falls on its face, just and is kind of like moving its arms off towards you 3. And then it's Squall's turn.
Alrighty. Well, we gonna do blast. First beam, dirty 20 to hit.
Oh yeah, all day.
Second roll, 25.
No doubt.
Go damage. 13 for the first beam. And a 14 for the next beam.
Now the real question is, who are you hitting?
I'm hitting the ogre.
Okay.
The one right in front of me who tried miserably to hit me and my compadres.
So that is a 27. Okay. And your Squall. Oh! Just the 2 beams sail through 2 more holes into this massive pile of flesh that's on the ground, basically holding a weird slab of wood trying to attack you. Is just barely formed around these almost Swiss cheese looking flesh mass.
Imagine what he sounds like.
Yep. Yep.
Just loose skin jello.
Yum! Yay! This all sounds really great. I'm glad we're recording this for a podcast. You can tell our listeners are probably just...
Good stuff.
Quality content.
Does the, I'm assuming the text voice sounds are in the recording too?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Then it would be
Did
a
you
That's
meme.
it for my turn, by the way.
Did you use your inspiration die, Squall?
I'm saving it for when I need it.
Okay.
Does
No,
it?
don't save it!
I was just gonna ask. Does it work
No.
like that?
That
No,
only works for
pretty sure
like,
you can use it as many times.
oh,
Well,
okay.
maybe
well,
not. Just give me a second. As a bonus action, a creature gains in an inspiration die. For 10 minutes, the creature can add it to one ability. Oh, poo. Never mind. You're right. Well,
Saving it.
You only get one.
Is that a mistake on the screen?
Oh no, no. There's just a giant pile of flesh.
What?
It's not supposed to have that many mouths, but it does.
Oh,
It did
thank
acquire
God.
at least one other mouth in the time that you were seeing that, because there was another zombie underneath of the ogre's corpse thing.
Oh, was that like hiding inside of its body? Ew! Was that thing using it as like a flesh puppet?
It's
Ew!
base.
Oh my god!
That was up inside that ogre controlling it.
Okay. Okay. Wait, it's still alive?
It's
It's
Mime's
still alive, it
turn.
just looks like that?
If you're done with your squall, it is more appropriate to show it like that, but it has more like 2 mouths instead of like the 50 that it's showing. I just couldn't find a better representation of that. What's the
That thing was using the other ogre as like a meat suit. Am I right? Where's the tea, Josh?
I guess we'll find out. Mime?
Okay.
Tis your turn.
Yeah, so I guess I'll move 25 feet down. Like I still can't see anything. It's just me and Shea. It's like 2 halves of zombie. Ooh, wait. So, all right. So I'm gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm gonna pour a drop of my blue liquid on this 2 halves of zombie, or 2 drops, I guess, 1 on each half.
Okay. As you do such, the forms on either side of you just kind of into a black goopy substance, and the drops that you pour on them just off of them.
So, so if I understand what's going on, the zombie things, even when we kill them, aren't dead. They come back. And so I poured some blue liquid on this zombie guy, assuming that he's eventually going to reanimate, and he turns into goo, and the blue liquid rolls off like water on a duck.
No, not water on a duck. More of like water in a hot pan.
Alright, so I can't tell if I need to pour more water, or if this is... the threat's effectively neutralized.
I think
Any
that's...
thoughts from my fellow companions?
I don't know, 'cause it sounds like it's doing damage on it because it's too far to be gone.
So should I waste?
want to waste your water on it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Should I waste more blue liquid on this guy, or should I wait?
I'd save it.
Say it again?
I'd save it. I'd save the blue water.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna move 1 square away from the 2 halves of gooey zombie, and that's all I can do. So I'm gonna end my turn.
Wait, Shea, did you move? I think you were up here. After running
Oh.
through the zombie.
Yeah, sure. Sorry, I moved because I wanted to see the flesh pictures that you guys were talking about.
My bad. Yeah, I don't have any way of really drawing that on the map. I just could tell because I placed a stone where you were so that it would illuminate that area for your now electric sword that you're holding. That's the only reason I could tell.
Yeah,
Because-
no, perfect.
Because I can't illuminate a person, I can only illuminate things on a map. But on that note, if you were done with your turn, Mime?
Yeah, I said that.
Just clarifying. Then it's Zeph's turn.
Yep.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna attack this zombie that's right in front of me.
Okay.
It's
It's kind of laying a little prone, but after
Okay.
tripping over the, like, sort of corpse.
Okay. Would I have advantage on it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, that hits anyways, because it's a 20.
Mm-hmm.
With the quarter staff. That does 5 damage. And then the dick does 15 to hit
Mm-hmm.
and
Is
4
it-
damage.
Is it just like flopping around while she's using it as a weapon because it's animated again?
Not like flaccidly. Not like flaccidly, more of like it's if you've-
Erect.
if you've
That's even worse.
if you've seen like a fresh fish that's live getting caught, kind of like. So I would say not only with the double with the advantage on the dick staff, you would also have kind of like a double damage of the 4 to making it an 8, because it kind of hit it twice from
Oh, sweet.
just the thwap as you were hitting it with it.
Does that kill it?
That puts you at 8 plus 5, which is 11. Takes it down to half.
Okay, and then I'm gonna... Oh. Use my movement to move back a square. And that'll end my turn.
All right. Do you want to describe how you attacked the zombie?
No, you can.
All right. So you took the one split in half quarterstaff and kicked it out with your foot and slammed it against its skull, and took the other one that's flailing and just kind of swung it from over your shoulder almost as if you were chopping down with an axe, and hit it across the back, and it just with the tip of the dick across its back, just slamming it closer to the floor, sounding, and you hear a solid of its supposed bones that still exist inside of it somewhere. And then it is Idril's turn.
He's muted.
Idril. Little quiet. Idril.
At the sight of someone waving around a giant ogre dick, I'd be speechless too. It's fair. Imagine just someone putting a really long, limp hot dog around like a baton.
I mean, if it was giant hot dog.
That's the only thing I could even like come close to like the movement of this.
Guys,
Good day. Hello?
hello?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Hold on.
Hello?
Sucks. Me now?
I can. It sounds kind of like you're far from the mic too, because it like catches the end of what you're saying, basically. Hello? You gonna type it? Okay. So you moved around the ogre, though, so you're going to do this as an attack of opportunity as well as he'd walked past. I'm trying to look at what your AC is. He misses as you walked past. He just kind of... Yeah! And you run down here and you shoot off your 2 arrows. As you had readied them, just... For a total of, it looks like... 9 plus... 26, thank you. That's a death kill. I wish you could describe it. Do you want to try? I don't know if you have the capabilities. There's also, weirdly, I don't know if you see this on your screen or not, a video in Astral. One up the anus. I don't know what that... I haven't tried this.
One up the...
Right up his bum.
So I'm assuming what actually happens in this scenario, then, if one's going up the anus and one's going in the throat.
Right, this old dude star. That's what I say.
Oh, that's weird. How do I leave this now? As you're running past, you'd one up the anus as he's kind of turning around and straight through into his spine, almost, where the other 2 arrows are still sticking out from the appendage that is no longer there. And he kind of just... And you keep running past and shoot another one as he's turning slowly around just, to try and swing at you and straight into the throat. And in doing so, it just falls over with some blood pouring out of all of his, well, black ichor pouring out of all of his orifices, basically. And then it is... this mass of weird limbs over here. And it pulls its odd, misshapen club back to in its gangly grasp and takes a swing for everyone as it steps forward inside of this reach. Looks like Zeph's just outside of it, but Thea and Squall. Including, no, the zombie's just under it, I guess, laying prone still under the Mass might get absorbed shortly. Who knows?
20 hits.
Okay. Squall?
20 definitely hits.
14 bludgeoning.
So I am no longer a giant badger. I get hit and I just like a puff of smoke appears and I'm like on the ground just flailing as Thea.
Poof!
Hang on, let me adjust my HP.
We can get rid of one of those bars. 8 minus 14. Down 6.
That brings me down to 15. Since it hit me, I'm going to use Hellish Rebuke. Since it did hit me. Let me see here. I'm going to use it at level 3. So you have to make a Dex saving throw. It has to be 15 or higher.
Just a minute. And saving throw, we got Dex. 18, holy balls.
Okay, so I'm still going to cast it. It's just going to take half damage.
Okay.
So half of 27.
My God.
Jeez.
$13.5, we'll round up to 14. That's a death kill.
Okay. I have this one planned. So
What you
I'm
doing?
gonna make that pose and chuckle at it, and then point at it and like snap a talon, and the hellfire is just gonna come from the earth. And
All right, I got you. I got you. So you're going to take your right arm, put it under the left arm, put the left arm under your chin, and just go, ha, and then point, die, and it flames shoot out from under it, and
Hell. Yeah.
just incinerates into ash, basically, under the revenge of your strike. But what had happened just before that was the swung across you and Thea, and you guys didn't have anywhere to go with Zeph behind you. You're like, and kind of domino style with a club in the gut, both of you. And then it is Gunther's turn.
Could I get my 8 hit points back for temporary since I killed it?
Oh, that is right. Yeah, sure.
Yep. I might be squishy, but if I can get death blows, I will be invincible.
Yeah.
I will feed off the rack and file of enemies, and their souls will nourish my carnage.
Might I remind you, this is the good campaign. Anyways, Gunther.
Evil is fueling good, essentially.
Yeah.
So,
I was just letting him finish that rant. Gunther's gonna run like a floppy dog up. Are there too many people in here, or can he get the zombie 4?
As Gunther, you would have to roll an acrobatics, because I believe that's dexterity, yeah. Then you have to make it through, kind of, the crowd, as it were. And it looks like there is one open square in between yourself and Zeph, so you could probably move up to, like, here if he has the movement speed, and then attack, if that's what you're trying to do.
Yep, that's what I'm trying to do. And then he's going to do a bite attack. 17 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
He's gonna grab the arm and shake. Except he's only gonna do 2 points of damage, so. Not very effective.
The remaining arm on this zombie is well attached, as you already kind of gathered, and he bites just and there's that.
All right.
Then it's Thea's turn.
Okay. Thea was just a giant badger, so she's like disoriented. Like now a human again. Gonna turn, look around for a second, see that there's a zombie directly on top of me, and gonna cast Produce Flame. So
Is that not still in effect?
I don't think so because I was a badger.
Oh, right. And you'd cast it on your hand.
Yeah, it's a cantrip though, so I can cast it and attack with it, but if I attack, it goes away.
I just wanted to clarify.
I'll display it on there. So I'm gonna like snap my fingers and a flame appear in my hand.
Yeah?
All by myself.
Okay. Yeah. What you said. And then I'm gonna like flick my wrist and send the flame at him.
Okay. Make a ranged spell attack on a hit.
Yeah. So 18 to hit.
That hits, yeah.
Okay. What's a D8 look like?
It's got 2 extra sides than the 6.
7 points of fire damage.
I would say that's a death kill, if you want to describe it.
Yeah, this is a separate creature from the one that had multiple mouths, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I did tripped over that sort of thing and landed in front of it.
Okay, I'm just gonna flick my wrist and send it at its clothes so that they start to like disintegrate his whole body.
So you send this flame over and it touches the clothes and starts to ignite and kind of catch, and as you're still kind of gathering your form, you're breathing out heavily and that seems to ignite the flame even more and catching on the creature as it just in flame in a quick burst of it too, because it seems that the blackish ichor is not preferable to that, and it even catches the ash. That's an ash pile behind it, never mind, and it just into an ash pile of its own.
So that it doesn't look like a body, it looks like it's
A pile of
not
ash.
going to come back to life.
Yep, looks like a pile of ash.
Cool. That's the goal. Do I hear any other noises?
I'm just messing around with some things here. Let me see. Nope, that you guys have got free movement now.
Hell
Do we
yeah.
hear?
Yay!
Do we hear Sia or Memay?
As far as I
I
can
hate how wet that is.
That's disgusting.
That's not a normal fart. If it sounds like that, then something's wrong.
As far as I can tell, you can't hear them currently. You had heard Shia's shout that she was coming, but that was from in this direction.
I feel like it was like a. If you can picture Shia running to help you guys, it was like Monty Python. The guy's like, and then like he's like running closer, and the guards are like watching him. Like,
Yeah.
and he's like further away. He's like trying to run. The guards goes back to the guards, and then they're watching him. And then they pan back to the guy running.
I didn't think it would do that. I was just responding to the burn the body.
We have to figure out how to. Oh shit, that wasn't like someone farting, that was like the thing outside.
Oh god. I forgot.
I didn't even know how to respond to that. I was like, oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, she was walking. I guess she runs in.
I think Idril kind of screams at you guys like, "We gotta burn the bodies!"
Okay, I'll come over. I'll cast Produce Flame again if I need to, and lower my hand to the ashes. Or to the body to try and make it ashes.
Okay.
Repeatedly. As many times as it takes.
Yep, we got one over here.
Ooh, Shia! Shia, you're here!
Yeah. I've been here. You know, working
I
my way.
wasn't anywhere near you, so this is the first time I'm seeing you. Okay. And Memay! Wait, okay. Can I see Mimay's bag?
What do you mean by that?
Does Memay have a backpack, or what does she carry her thing? Or sorry, what did they carry their things in?
I mean, yes, I have a bag. I've never actually thought.
Can I give Memay a hug because I haven't seen them in a while and try and reach into their bag?
That would be a sleight of hand from my perspective, at least. But
I'm searching for the crystal.
But you're asking for Memay whether or not you can give them a hug, I'm assuming.
Consent.
Yes.
Yes.
Alright, now I'm back. Okay.
I'm gonna approach Memay. I'm gonna approach you like I'm gonna give you a hug.
I'm gonna back away a step and give you some finger guns. A little hesitantly. So I don't really know what's going on.
Okay. Not accepted. I'll finger gun back and try again later. I'll revisit this, but for now I'll burn these bodies.
While you're burning the bodies, where did it go?
Burning the bodies, pretending that they're the jester that was unwanted. That's what's going to be happening.
Idril said that he's trying to recharge the stone.
Okay, I was gonna say that.
Said that
Should be the
back.
next.
I'm assuming stones. Quotations. I'm gonna put that too. You aren't currently at the correct glyph for that, so you're standing at a glyph that is sapping your energy yet again, and everyone currently is exceedingly hungry, I would say. You guys are like all starving by this point, and it is probably, as to what you can tell, far past when you would normally have slept, and easily into the middle, almost early morning of the next day.
Oof.
And at moving down to a glyph that is glowing, Idril, you would place both stones out of your pack, and they just into boulders yet again, and just into their full powered selves yet again. And you pick them up, and they zunk into their reasonable size of your palm to be stored for later.
I'm gonna kind of say over the necklace, everybody, before we drop these stones and open this door again,
And I'm just
I
gonna
think we should-
interject, Zev, but you don't know that they're loaded or anything like that. But
Oh, I thought Idril had said that they were gonna recharge them.
try to recharge the stones. Tries to recharge the stones. Okay, so you're
Oh, okay.
you're like not metagaming in this regard. You're
How about now?
predicting. You're predicting. Oh yeah, we can hear you now.
Am I back? Woo!
Yeah, yep.
Sweet. Yeah, so Idril didn't really tell anyone what he was doing. He just kind of like started walking. He was like, "Where are the bodies?" and then walked away. Because he can't do anything with fire right now.
Mm-hmm.
And he has the stone, so he went off and like was trying to recharge them.
Okay.
So if anyone followed, then that's cool. But he didn't really explicitly say what he was doing.
That's what I thought too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it just kind of took the stones out of his pocket, like looked at them, and then just like walked down the corridor. Like, he wasn't trying to hide what he was doing. He just didn't verbally tell anyone.
Yeah.
Well then, I'm just gonna say, like, before we try and open the door again, I think it's best if we rest here and then try maybe in the morning.
I agree.
Because I know a few of us took a little bit of damage during both fights.
I'm a little. Get the wind knocked out of me a little bit.
I'm
So-
almost at half health.
What
If
do
you guys do a short rest, I can sing a song of short rest, and it will be like you guys took a full. All my rests are short rests, so.
I was gonna guess it was going to be a long rest plus food, depending upon what you guys prepared as food.
Mm-hmm.
And presumably in this chamber, where there's a a nice table, a brazier, where everyone was waiting in front of this door to some degree.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
That's what I thought you were trying to get at there.
I also figured because it's 9:55.
Oh yeah. What are you guys preparing though for dinner? What do you guys have?
Mushrooms.
Squid. Really old squid.
Oh,
No.
at that point, that's what we call fish bait.
It's it's heavily salted, right?
Yeah.
I still have 1 piece of salted meat and 7 pieces of cheese.
I think Idril has his own, like, personal rations that he hasn't dug into yet.
Yeah, I haven't touched my rations either. I have 1 day of rations.
I will take some cheese.
Yeah,
please.
Memay has salted meat and cheese
Anybody have bread?
and
Yeah, I've got
feet soup mushroom.
squid meat, eyes, suction cups, and skin.
I think I still have a bottle of wine from the acolytes in that tower that I'll take out and share with everyone.
I have ale in my water skin.
Pass it around.
Salted meat and ale? Yes.
Could be a good one. Hey,
The
Josh,
meal of champions right there.
what would you think about a homebrew skill that I could add to Squall? Called gluten surge, where if I'm full on bread for like so long, I get some kind of buff. Bird full on bread's got to be interesting.
Gluten surge.
I'm trying to process what you're saying because, like, yeah, maybe. You might also have a vision coming your way, though, from your perspective god during your long rest and sleep. But I'm not going to tell you how to play your character. Might be something we can work in, but I had some other thoughts with regards to at this point. It's the hats off, and you were mentioning before about laser wings that you wanted, and I might have found some ways to work that in for you. So.
Shit.
Instead of you just being completely reliant on your Squall Eldritch Blasts.
Thea, Memay, I have mushroom still.
I'll take a mushroom. I'm about to meditate anyway, so I feel like perfect.
Vision quest.
Yep. I was just gonna say. Sorry, go ahead.
I'll just break it into like thirds.
Nice. I'm gonna meditate for 4 hours and read growth for 4 hours.
Ooh, send that one in the chat. You said growth? Is that the...
Yeah, the book from the goddess.
Ah, right. That was in Dorvish.
Hey, Zeph, could I have some cheese?
Yeah, I just kind of figured I'd give a piece to everybody because I had 7 pieces. So the 6 of us and then Gunther.
We roll a d6 for that?
I'd put everyone's
Just back at.
full for their stamina health bar. You're no longer hungry. And then you would just... I think the long rest, you guys go back to full health too, right?
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, spell slots reset, and then my key points reset too.
Are we doing a long rest or are we doing a short?
Guys, we're doing
I
a
need a long.
Yeah, that's what I thought was going on.
No, that's fine, because using Hellish Reboot, I can only do it twice per day if I do it at 3rd level.
Plus,
So.
it is currently, as you guys have been able to ascertain at least, that you have been awake for like almost 2 days at this point. So you guys are exhausted.
Wait, why is Oh, okay. I thought something was weird.
So I don't know how long that book is, but I'm gonna read it for 4 hours.
Okay. Those are all things that I will make sure to address in the next session.